Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Ultimate Affiliate Marketing, and I'm your host as always. It's Paul Motley here, and it's Tuesday, but I'm so excited. I know we should only get really excited about the weekends, but I'm just so excited to share with you today some massive insights that I've been learning about today. So there's been a few, there's been a few wins today, really. I wanted to find a way that I could get my podcast out without me really having to do too much work, right? Because I am a really lazy marketer. I have to admit that. I detest the tedious side of things, right? So because I do these podcasts every day, and if it's your first time listening, then go ahead and subscribe. You're going to get a whole bunch of good stuff coming up, right? And there's a wealth of information within the podcasts already. But I find it really difficult sometimes to do the mundane, which should be, we're always told to sort of like multi-purpose our content and, share it out to here, share it out to there, share it out everywhere, basically. And I was using a tool called Later, which meant basically I could create like a little soundbite of the podcast itself within the Buzzsprout that I use, which is hosting this platform, this podcast. And it creates like a 30-second. I can choose any of it, but again, because I'm lazy, I'll just choose the first 30 seconds. And then that gives you a nice little square little video that you can download. Upload that into Later, and then you can connect your Twitter, your Facebook business page, your Pinterest, and Instagram. So you can schedule it out. So every day, and some days I was quite religious on this. And in fact, the results were pretty amazing. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But what I was doing was I was scheduling it out, updating the descriptions on each one. So there's 4 lots of descriptions to update, load of hashtags to put in. So I had saved hashtags that I was using, putting all those in because obviously like Pinterest and Instagram love that sort of stuff. And then it was going out. And, I was doing that quite religiously almost for, a long time. And at one point, I checked my stats on Pinterest and I was getting like 54,000 impressions in a 30-day period, which was quite a massive amount of impressions, right? But to be honest with you, I think I could have done much better because the amount of clicks that I were getting weren't that great. So there's a lesson to everybody. If you are going to go and do it, make sure you do it right. Yeah. So, this whole launching perfectly thing, that's exactly what I was doing. I was just getting it out there and doing that. But I wanted to see if I could find out a way of doing it even smarter. Right now, if you are putting content out there maybe once a week, you can go and do this and it won't take you too much time. You can do all that good stuff. But I came across a platform a little while ago called Repurpose, which supposedly you could create like 28 different pieces of content from one podcast. And again, a whole bunch of stuff from, if you did like on YouTube, from one video. And that intrigued me. I thought, that looks interesting. I think I'll try that. So I think it gave you like a 7-day trial. And then after the 7 days, you were limited on the 7 days anyway, what you could do. But after the 7 days, you had to pay. And I figured, I kept looking at it, meaning to do it. And today I actually went ahead and did it. It costs like $25 a month, which is next to nothing considering the amount of work it's going to save me doing, right? So what I did was I had to bulk upload. So all the episodes that were podcasts before have now been uploaded into my YouTube channel, which sounds kind of crazy because that's going to make no sense to anybody whatsoever if they happen to go on my YouTube channel, because there'll just be tons and tons and tons of videos all uploaded in one day. But going forward, there's going to be one update every day, because obviously as I record this podcast daily, it's going to get picked up by Repurpose and put onto YouTube, which is great. Now, if I wasn't doing this daily, then Repurpose does allow me to do an awful lot more. And with a bit of work, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, create up to 28 different pieces of content. So if I was doing it on a weekly basis, then I could schedule out all this good stuff and it would be pumping out there into the world, into the internet, all these different pieces of content, all pointing back to one place or several places or whatever I wanted to do. But because I'm doing it daily, it's kind of like, do I really need like 5 clips updating onto Instagram every day? Do I need 5 clips updating onto my Facebook business page? Do I need to slim it down and change the way the formatting goes to get onto IGTV or Instagram and stuff like that? At the moment, no. It may be something that I get a VA to do in a later date, but at the moment I'm thinking, no, that's probably enough. Just get it out onto YouTube. I have it also set up through another site called If This Then That, which automatically takes a video. If I upload a video, this is outside of Repurpose, but it tweets it out for me and also adds it to a blog as well. So there's content being updated, which if you update content a lot and it's constantly being freshened up, then the sites that you put it on tends to get a better reach, tends to get more reach up, more interest from Google because it becomes more active. So that's a good thing, right? So that's one of the wins that I've had today. I've been super cool about that and really pleased that I got it done. But also as well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm probably going to go over this in the next few days actually, but it is something that as affiliate marketers, we always want to be ahead of, and that's launches. And I've just over the last couple of months, I've took more of an interest in a company called Samcart, which is like a checkout page. And it's a bit more than that. Go and check them out, samcart.com, right? Just go check them out. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But obviously, if it's a software, and if people buy through my link, I get paid a commission each month, right? So I've been concentrating on building that up as well, because I knew that I needed several sources of income, because if ever anything happened to my main source of income, then I'd be screwed, because I'd be like going, okay, now I'm in trouble. So I try and get lots of different ways to bring money in. And I thought, well, okay, let's focus on Samcart for a while. Let's see if we can build it up. They had a launch probably, I think it was like late August, September time, and did pretty good on that. And they've been doing, I think they've got like 3 more going forward up to the new year. So the idea really was I'd already built out a specific email list and for the first launch that they did recently. So I had like a whole bunch of people which had opted in for that. I was lucky enough to get an export from Samcart of all the leads that I'd given them, which was amazing, because normally you just don't get that, right? So I have this audience, which is great. And also when I was emailing out my main list about the promotion, then I stuck a tag on everybody that either opened it or clicked on the link. So then I have another interest. So I have an interest group, but I also have an opt-in group within my email list, which means they should be more responsive if I'm sending them more information about the same type of thing. This is again when it builds into how to segment your email list to become more profitable, because if I'm sending out to a segment, then the open rates are going to be better, which means my ongoing delivery rate for any other emails that I send out through ActiveCampaign is going to be better. So it's kind of like a ongoing thing where the better response you get, the better delivery rate you get further down the line. So it helps you that way. But it just really impacts, again, just make sure that if you are emailing stuff out, that you don't just email out, that you do tag people that are either opening or specifically if people are clicking on the link because they're interested enough to click on the link, and stick them into a segment, so that when you've got something which is related or even the same type of offer coming along again, then you've got more responsive people, which may well earn you money going forward. But anyway, so that's enough for me. If you are listening on YouTube, it would be awesome if you drop a comment below, and obviously subscribe as well. Why not? Make sure, if this is your preferred medium of choice, hit a subscribe on there and you won't miss out. So anyway, that's enough for me today. I'll catch you all again tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your day.